All right, let's stay with this particular story now and speak to CEO of Black Business Council, Kganki Matabane. A very good evening to you and thank you so much for your time. How do you react to the latest allegations and the video that you've seen around the IDT CEO?
Thank you very much, Pondu, and thank you very much to the SABC news viewers. As the Black Business Council, we've got a principled stand against corruption, and it does not matter who commits corruption. The law must deal with those people very harshly so that we can clean our country to make sure that we don't have any corruption in the country, because corruption eats into the resources that are supposed to deliver services in the country. The IDT's role is very, very critical because it delivers schools, clinics, and so on. So if there is money disappearing from such institutions, it creates a problem in the country. So we are saying whoever gets involved in corruption in our country have to be dealt with harshly. So the law must take its course, and that's basically our stand.
And Mr. Matabane, at first, of course, you were not defending her, but as the BBC, you were raising some concerns around potentially, her race maybe playing an issue here and all of that. But then soon after the meeting that you then had with the minister, you then said, in fact, if anything is not above board here, everyone involved should face the full might of the law. What about that meeting, if you are able to be candid with us, changed your mind about what was going on there?
Yeah, so what we did, we did issue a statement that the journalist who wrote the initial story, we didn't know where they got the information from, because those were not our comments. Hence, you'll see we then issued a statement to basically clarify that. It's not in our nature to defend anyone without having facts. We always, at all times, meet both sides of the story and just satisfy ourselves on facts. We're a fact-based organization, so we don't know where the Sunday World person got the story, and hence we issued the statement. We met with the minister, issued a statement on supporting him in doing his job in rooting out corruption.
And when you were, of course, sitting with the minister, and then now we're seeing what is currently taking place, one would then ask, especially when you think about, this particular entity and the work that it is currently doing, how should the board, I know that right now the CEO has been suspended, but how should the board deal with what is in the public domain now?
Yeah, I think I will advise the bodies to say they need to make sure that they don't leave any stone unturned, because maybe what you are seeing may just be the surface. So they should also go deeper and also set an example for the other board of other SOCs when they are confronted with a similar thing. They need to go deeper so that we can ultimately cleanse our country of corruption. That's basically what we try to do. So
if I'm hearing you correctly, you are saying that you're concerned that there could be more than what we are seeing in the public domain?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. When you see something like that, the likelihood is very high that there are others that are hidden. So the board should actually go deeper and look at the extent of how the corruption went.
And I know that we're talking about the IDT right now, but these allegations simply do not help as far as the fight in the country against corruption is concerned, and the image of some of the entities that are quite crucial, as you alluded to a little earlier on. But let's speak about the damage that this, the allegations of this nature cause to some of these critical institutions, not just the IDT, but looking at what has been playing out in the public domain.
Yes, hence we are saying the important part is how we deal with this. So once you discover something, if you do nothing, then you are basically going to further reduce the confidence that the population will have on the state. But if you decisively deal with this type of issues as and when you discover them, that on its own will bring back the confidence, will bring back the trust that has been lost by the country on state-owned enterprises and also on government, because these institutions report to government, report to ministers. So if those ministers are not doing anything, they are seen to be basically putting those under the carpet. We're going to perpetuate the issue about corruption, that the state or the government is corrupt. But if you decisively deal with show examples, you will also deter those other people who are thinking of the same.
All right, Mr. Matabane, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. That was the CEO of the Black Business Council, Kganki Matabane. Now, please note, we've invited both the suspended CEO, Tebogo Malaka, and the entity spokesperson, Phasha Makgolane, to give their side of the story. And we will bring that to you as soon as they probably agree or they decide not to.